If you took almost every crazy aspect of every genre in filmmaking and mixed them all together in some weird witch's brew, then you'd probably get something that's not too far away from The Brotherhood of the Wolf. This French film, which was released a few years ago, still has the power to be so compelling. The film uses 18th century France as its background, and then proceeds to dive headfirst into such varied themes as martial arts, slow motion during fights, foreign cultures, mysticism, artistry, secrets that aren't really so secret, issues of religion, issues of power, conspiracies, cult statuses, and of course, the supernatural beast haunting a province in France, killing the innocent and the weak, targeting women and children, fleeing from armed men seeking to kill it. And by this point, several people have been murdered by this monster, and now many people are seeking the reward to have its head on a post. Like an equivalent to Van Helsing, Dr. Frankenstein, or even Captain Ahab, Grégoire de Fronsac is one of those hunters. But he's been sent by the king himself, and with him is his very close friend and blood brother, Mani, a Mohawk warrior from New France. The two of them make a deadly team, as is demonstrated in their very first scene, where an old man and his daughter are harassed by several thugs, and are only rescued by the duo's intervention. Arriving in the province that the beast is terrorizing people, Fronsac and Mani join a massive hunt that is being undertaken to kill the beast. At the front of such an expedition is Jean-François de Moranger, the son of the highest-ranking aristocrat in the province. Jean-François is played by Vincent Cassel in the movie, and a more fitting equivalent to Gaston from Beauty and the Beast there does not exist. A one-armed legendary hunter who's traveled worldwide in search of game, Jean-François is eager to get his hands on the beast. Another aristocrat who's looking for glory in this massive hunt is the much younger but also much more likable Marquis d'Apcher, who forms a very good friendship with Fronsac. As well as the hunt for the beast, Fronsac also falls deeply in love with Jean-François' sister Marianne, and he also strikes up a mysterious acquaintance with Sylvie, a high-class Italian prostitute played by Monica Bellucci. The hunt goes underway, but all it really does is lead to many wolves getting slaughtered. Despite the popular belief that it is a wolf, the beast clearly has a much bigger bite, and according to those who actually see glimpses of the beast, it clearly looks nothing like a wolf. This leads to Fronsac's ability with biology and studying animals. In the case of Fronsac, he's got to be one of the most peculiar protagonists I've ever seen in a movie. His demeanor in the beginning of the movie feels much more like a jack-of-all-trades than a knight-errant, and as the film goes on and new situations arise, he continually shows his skills in areas that you didn't think he had any knowledge of. A lot of his knowledge and his skills clearly rub off from Mani. While a lesser film would have played on the stereotypes of Native Americans in film, Mani's character is aware of some of these stereotypes and uses them in his mockery of the aristocrats, who in turn look upon him with distaste and casual racism. These divisions of culture, religion, and social status are all addressed in the film, along with the questions of what kind of a beast is this? Is this a wolf? Is this a supernatural monster? And most important of all, according to some of the aristocrats, has it been sent by God to punish the wicked? Aside from the usual complicated issues of love, conspiracy, and hate, we're also given various scenes that spend much time and dedication on a lot of high-strung action scenes, most of which involve either Mani or Fronsac. Considering that I walked into this expecting a period piece, I really was surprised by the amount of action and martial arts in the film, but it worked out pretty well. I guess if you boil down to it, it really is an action film, but it's given such an elaborate plot that it could be confused for a period piece very easily. I personally think they tried to take the best of as many genres as they could and blend them together to form some kind of melting pot. And I think they did a pretty good job on that level. I mean, the story was interesting, the cinematography was impeccable, and while the Mohawk warrior who knows Kung Fu is a bit of a gimmick, it still worked pretty well considering the actor they got for the role, and also the fact that they used him sparingly, that they didn't just exploit his abilities for every moment that they could get. They spared him a few scenes that really showed off his prowess and left the rest to our own imagination and the mysticism of the character. All in all, I think they did a pretty decent job. I mean, it wasn't the most interesting film in the world, and it did get a little tedious at some parts, but in terms of uniqueness to the storyline, I give it top marks. And frankly, there were some brilliant scenes in this film that will forever pop to mind instantly when someone mentions this film, or when someone asks me to name a good blend of artistry and enthralling soundtrack.